This one mistake will cost you years of your life, years of struggle, years of going in the wrong direction, years of looking back at those years going, what was I doing? Why was I going in that direction? Why was I doing this when I truly didn't want to do that? And I want to go over what that is for you today. I'm doing a bit of a different video. We're going to walk around this beautiful property that I live in. We live in this Airbnb right here, as you can see, in this incredibly beautiful location. The Airbnb owner lives right there. We're good friends with them. It's an incredible place to live, but I thought it'd be cool to just walk around this beautiful property and do this video with you in a slightly different way, just to mix things up, since we usually have a more professional camera, professional setup, and microphone and everything, just to change a pace, just to mix it up, just to keep you guys guessing a little bit. And anyway, today I want to go over really something that really will keep you almost in limbo for years if you keep making the mistake. Now, if you're making this mistake, it isn't about beating yourself up for making it. It isn't about getting on your own back because you've been making this mistake. It is about simply becoming aware of it, adjusting, and then acting accordingly based on what we're going to go over. So don't feel bad if, for example, you are doing this and you've been doing it for a while, because honestly, most people are. Most people are doing this. Actually, most people are not doing anything. Most people are too busy being victims or complaining or waiting for something to happen, waiting for someone to do something for them. So actually, it's not most people, but it's most people who actually have learned to start taking action. They fall into this trap. And essentially what this is, I'm going to give you through an analogy because I think this paints a really, really vivid picture of what I'm talking about here. And this is one I've heard from mentors of mine. They also have other analogies that describe the same thing. But it's the analogy of the mountain. And so what a lot of people do when they get into self-development and self-growth is, because they haven't taken action for most of their life, they think that any action will do. So it's really this busy being busy mentality. They're just fresh to this, they're just new to this. So they're like, okay, well, I'm just gonna go ahead and listen to this person, and that person, and move in a certain direction. Let's see, just for a pause, if you can see he has a sun condor, which is out there. His name's Tiger, I think, because he chews everything up. But a lot of people just start taking really aimless action, we'll call it. And of course, this is not necessarily the best thing to do. So this analogy will help you to really get a clear picture of this. So imagine you're climbing a mountain. And you're climbing this mountain, you're taking action, it's pretty exhausting, it's pretty, it's taxing, but you're climbing this mountain, and you're climbing it, and all this time goes by, you're overcoming all these hurdles, maybe a few avalanches, maybe, a few setbacks along the way, and eventually you get to the top of the mountain. And eventually can be, however long, however big this goal is, however, whatever it is that you're going for. And it could be years, and you get to the top of this mountain, only to get to the top, actually take a second to reflect and realize that you've climbed the wrong mountain. And the reason you know this is because you're at the top of the mountain and you still realize that, wait a second, something doesn't feel right here. I don't feel like this is the right path. And you're looking over another mountain, over the horizon, and you're looking at that mountain going, oh crap, I was supposed to climb that mountain. And what this analogy essentially is trying to describe is this idea of being aimless with your life and with what direction you are going in. You see, a lot of people, again, they're very aimless. They don't have an idea of where they want to go. And the thing is, with the universe, I'll give you another analogy. With the universe, if you don't know where you want to go, so you don't know, what resonates with you, you don't know what's in your heart, and all of you can find out what is in your heart. But let's say you haven't done that yet, and so you just hear all this self-development that says you got to do this and you got to do that. And you just start doing things, but again, there's no purpose to it. It's just mindless, it's aimless. The universe can only deliver to you what you request. The universe can only give to you what you demand. And so it doesn't really care which mountain you are climbing, one that you're completely intentionally climbing or one that you're just mindlessly climbing. It's going to give you whatever you're putting your focus on. You know, another analogy that gives this a little more clarity too is the train station analogy. It's like going up to a train station and going up to the ticket booth, and the guy says, or whoever's there says, where would you like to go? And you get up to the ticket booth and you go, I don't know. I don't know where I want to go. Well, if you went up to a train booth, the train ticket booth, and did that and said, I don't know where I want to go, when he asks, they can't give you a ticket. You know, a lot of people will go up to the booth and say, you know what, I don't know where I want to go, I just know I don't want to be here. And that's how most people are with their life. They don't think about where they want to go, they think about where they don't want to be. And usually where they don't want to be is wherever they are right now. And so the universe can't give you a ticket to where you want to go unless you know where you want to go. And again, we're not talking necessarily about a physical location unless that is where you want to go. For example, I wanted to come to Thailand, and here I am. You know, isn't that kind of funny? I made a particular goal. I knew the mountain I wanted to climb. Again, it is not the biggest mountain to go to Thailand, but I knew where I wanted to go. So, you know, I didn't buy a ticket to Serbia. I didn't buy a ticket to South Africa, Australia, Britain, Great Britain. I bought a ticket to Thailand. And because I bought a ticket to Thailand, I ended up in Thailand. And this is the same with what it is you want for your life, big or small, whatever it is. If you are not specific, if you're not clear to the universe about what it is you want, you're not going to get it. You're not going to move into alignment with it because you have no idea what you're going for. And even if you're taking a lot of action and you don't have a purpose, you don't have a vision of what it is you're going for, again, you're going to end up in climbing this mountain only to get to the top and realize you wasted. It may not be a waste, you may get something along the way, but realizing that your efforts, your focus would have been better spent elsewhere. And so you get to the top of this mountain, and maybe years have gone by, and you realize this wasn't the mountain you were meant to climb. This wasn't the mountain your heart was leading you towards. So how do you determine which mountain to climb, and, or I should say, which ticket to buy at the train station? Because then it comes down to, well, which one should I buy? Where should I go? Well, of course, it's not for me to tell you specifically where to go. Again, everyone's going to be different. But the biggest thing for me to do is just to listen to what's going on here. Your heart will guide you to the right mountain. Your heart will lead you to which ticket is going to be the best ticket for your growth, for you as a person, for you on your journey, for you in whatever it is you're going for whatever resonates with you. You know, this thing called that resonates, you know, when we always say resonate a lot, and you hear it a lot in certain communities, and sometimes it's almost like a buzzword, but it very much just means what your heart is moving towards, what aligns with your heart. It's a very, very real mechanism you have in your tool belt that you can utilize and use. And so when you go to buy the ticket, when you go to figure out what is your purpose, what is your vision, you don't do it from here, you do it from here. And if you do it from here, you're not going to climb the wrong mountain. You're not going to buy the wrong train ticket. Again, it won't be the only mountain you climb. You know, one mountain will probably lead to another. You know, you're not going to get one train ticket, get to the destination, and then probably be there forever. You know, life doesn't work that way. Life is change. Life is cyclical. You know, you operate in cycles, in phases, in seasons. But in order to continually make forward progress in your growth as a spiritual being in a human body, you do it from here. The mind is a great tool. It's an incredible servant, but a terrible master. But if you have the master as the heart, as the foundation, then you can start to use your brain, your mind, as a tool to help you towards your vision, to help you on the way to your purpose, using the tools and being analytical about things that are going to help you. But it should never be what determines your purpose, or what determines where you're going, what mountain to climb. Because again, if you do it from here, you're going to end up climbing the wrong mountain. So that's why I wanted to give you guys, because you know, you see so many people who have made that mistake of climbing the wrong mountain, or being paralyzed when they're asked to get a train ticket, or even getting the wrong train ticket to the place that their heart's not telling them to go, but they think their head is, and all this different stuff. And you can save yourself so much time, so much energy, so much struggle, so much of swimming upstream or holding onto a rock on the stream. You can save yourself so much of that by simply taking the time to listen to your heart, what it tells you as far as what your purpose and vision is, what resonates with you, and then buying your train ticket to wherever your heart is leading you, to then climbing the mountain that your heart is leading you to, instead of aimlessly going around just hoping that eventually you'll find the right mountain, or eventually you'll find the right ticket, you'll just know the right place to go from your head as far as which train to get on. So anyway, guys, that's what I'm going to leave you with, something to think about. Remember, it's all from here. You know, this is why the channel is called HeartSpace. You know, living from a space in your heart, living from your heart, living from your intuition, living from, you know, what houses your soul, and what direction your soul is pulling you towards. And when you learn to listen to it, it becomes very obvious what direction your soul is moving you towards. Like, it's not something that's hidden, or you have to, you know, really think about. Again, that's actually what you don't want to be doing. You don't want to be thinking about it. You want to be feeling out for it. But once you learn how to do it, it becomes a lot more simple, and the magic really starts to happen in your life when you start to follow it. Anyway, guys, that's going to be it for this one. As always, I love you, and I'll see you in the next one.